I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's #1 Chief Rocket, Knicks Universe, your man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? Thank you, boss. Yeah, man. What's good, y'all? King Poppy in the building. What's good? Hey, King Poppy, I saw your emails too, bro. I just didn't get a chance to respond. Yo, Selly in the building. The hip-hop legend called Mega's in the building. What's good? Frank Matos. The original DSJ is in the building. What's good? What's good? Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's go. Let's go. Dominic, what's good, man? What's good, Dominic? How you doing, man? Yo, so I want to get into this thing, man. I don't often get a chance to talk about stuff like this because when you have panelists come on, they want to talk about what they want to talk about. Right? They want to talk about what they want to talk about. So I want to throw this thing out there. I want to talk about it with y'all. Is the front office in a paradox? Right? Is the front office in a paradox? Right? And what I mean by a paradox is a puzzle or riddle that can't be solved because the outcome begets the riddle. Because the answer begets the riddle. Right? Is this Knicks front office in a paradox? I know we got a lot of different things going on in Knicks universe right now, and we're trying to solve the great question: how do you win a championship? How do you win a championship? Right? Is this Knicks franchise, the organization, in the paradox? Here's what I'm going to ask. Frank Matos is like, get that energy up. Let's go. I'm with you. I'm with you. Frank, listen. And an hour and a half since I last saw y'all. Adam G, what's good? In this hour and a half that I last saw y'all, man, me and Mo put a paint machine together. and I painted a wall in the living room. Right? My energy is up. It's all the way up. Nothing can stop us, right? We all the way up, right? Okay. All right. Here's the thing that I'm asking you. Is the Knicks front office in what is called a paradox? Does the question or the riddle that's being answered or being asked have an answer that is not a riddle that sends you back into a loop? Right? I'm going to call it the Great Knicks Paradox. And I don't know. That's not fair enough. That's not fair enough. Something paradox. Drip Malls in the building. What's good? Wilson Ding in the building. What's good? Adam G's asks, should the Knicks go for Donovan Mitchell? Yes. Coach is in the building. What's good? Right? So tonight, I have to do prep work for Vibes and stuff live in the morning. That'll be on at 8 o'clock. And I have a guy coming in to fix plumbing tomorrow. That's going to be interesting how I can do all of that at the same time. Right? And then before he gets here, I have to paint the living room tonight. So I'll probably be up till about 5:30, 5:45. And then get some sleep, jump up about 7:30 and be up for the rest of the day. Y'all know how it is. And I know y'all are like, you lazy bum, you gonna get 2 hours of sleep back to back? I got to, bro. I got to get like 120 minutes straight back to back. I got to. I'm tired. I got to. You got to. And Kareem Grant, yeah. Because what I did was, instead of fixing it as I was paying for it, I just decided to pay off the house. Right? Just decided to pay off the house. Right? Just decided to pay off the house and then fix it afterwards. And it made sense in my mind. Right? It made sense in my mind while I decided to do it. Now, when I look back on it, I kind of regret a little bit. But here we are. Andre Bryan says, why do some fans think Leon Rose can wait till 2024 to trade for Spider? No, he can't. And Frank Matto says, Red Bull gives you wings. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't drink it like that because I have a heart condition. I have SVT. Supraventricular tachycardia. So I can't drink Red Bull and stuff like that. But what I can do is push-ups. Get the heart going. Get the blood flowing. Right? So what I want to do is I want to write this thing down so that I can see what it is. All right. The Great Paradox. Okay. The Great something paradox. What are we going to call it? What are we going to call it? It is a paradox. I want to give it a name. Y'all help me come up with a name for the Great Knicks Paradox. Y'all help me come up with a name. Help me come up with a name, man. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right, so state one in. All right, if I throw the link in the chat, I won't get to the Great Knicks paradox. It'll probably be whatever you guys talk about. I'm okay with that. I do want to get to the Great Knicks paradox, though. I do want to get to that. I think I saw Coach answer. And so Coach says, wouldn't it be magical if tonight, because the last Spiderless night before the, yeah, wouldn't it be magical if tonight, because was the last Spider, yeah, wouldn't that be dope if Spider Mitchell was traded to the Knicks while we on the air? Wouldn't that be fire? Fire. Wouldn't that be fire? Sell the next day is in the building. What's good?
What's up, Uncle Freezy?
How you doing, man?
Just got back from Vegas, bro.
Right. Did they allow you to wear pants back, or did you have to have the concierge carry money bags for you?
They had to carry the money bags.
Okay.
Big bags.
So the poker table was kind to you.
It was. It definitely
Okay.
was. No,
Okay.
The Golden Nugget down on the old strip was a lot of fun.
It was very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Because in most cases, the house always wins.
Yeah.
This case, the house had a setback.
This whole guy sat down. It was a no cap buy-in game. Sat down with 20 grand. And the rest of us are sitting there with 300, 400, 500,
right,
decent stacks. And he just went crazy, man. A rich old man was bored, and he just gave it away.
He just gave out some bread. Charity.
Gave out, yes. He was having fun. God bless him. He was a great guy. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, man. Hey, what's up, Coach? How you doing, man?
Good. Just got done. I went down after that last after the last stream you had.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I went down the Isaiah Hartenstein rabbit hole.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You see him
man.
get dunked on by Patrick Williams. Look that one up when Patrick Williams shoved it when stuffed it on him. Pretty bad.
Yeah. I saw the good and the bad, but there might be something to this little thing. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna pound my chest like EG does about it, but
man, come on, bro.
There's some cool stuff going on with that dude.
Man, get out of here.
I mean, not to that degree like EG going for, but it's some cool stuff though.
You can find what you're looking for on YouTube. It's pretty easy.
Oh yeah, they can make most guys mixtape look like they an all-star for the year.
Yeah, Jacob Podol, man, he's a solid center in the NBA.
Oh yeah. No, the things I liked, actually, the things that stood out to me whenever I went down that, like, I really liked his ability to like pick and roll. I like the way his body moves and the way it seems like he can feel it. You know what I'm saying? He senses it. But besides all that, hey, 7-footer who's got some skills. I like it. That's about But for what I think he's gonna be, it's perfect for what we need him to be.
Okay.
But as far as the paradox you're referring to, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the paradox thing later.
Okay.
What I want to talk about, man, is with you guys is why upgrading talent is not for the Knicks. Why is upgrading talent not a foregone conclusion? Right? If you can trade Grimes and some other stuff for Donovan Mitchell, how come that's not done?
I mean, if I was a GM, it'd be done.
Right.
But
Right.
Ego
mean,
freezing.
yeah, I mean that's right. You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, they're playing the, for lack of a better term, the pissing game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You had a car dealership with bad credit, and you arguing about them. You know, it's the same thing, man. It's
over and over.
It's
Mhm.
self-sabotage. You know, the NBA now ain't about having a player for their career. Those days are gone. This is about 3-year rentals, and
Yeah,
if you,
lease, we need a lease.
and Spider, his best 3 years are right in front of him, and I don't see Grimes being that dude that's get caught up in the development process. Yeah, he's got to go. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
The thing is, to me, it's like it's one of those situations that you start juggling. I can afford it, but I'm still kind of frugal situation. But the thing is, they can't have the attitude because they've overspent and misspent on others in the past. Well, why knee jerk now at this point? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA.
Yeah,
that's how I see it. It's constantly, you know, you pay who you shouldn't, and you don't get who you should, and that's just.
I mean, I sent Freezy a graphic to his. I texted it to him a couple days ago.
Right.
Since Patrick Ewing was traded away in 2001, well, the Knicks with Patrick Ewing won 18 playoff series. The Knicks, since he was traded away in 2001, in the last 21 years, have only won one playoff series.
Right.
So you can't tell me that a superstar or star does not help a team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
The last time we did take a chance on a star, you know, was that one playoff series win, right?
You mean against Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jason Terry Celtics. Yeah.
You know what's funny is, like, no other teams is bidding for Spider like that. No other teams, because everybody is waiting around for KD. It seems like that's the rumor, at least. This KD Kyrie thing, and the Knicks are sitting there. They got a shot. What's to say? As soon as this KD thing gets put to bed, that there's more people interested in Spider. And now the Knicks totally whiff. They don't even have a shot anymore. You know?
Freezy, do you think that the Durant thing floating around is affecting this deal at all from the Knicks side?
Definitely. Definitely.
Now, on which side? Like, do you think it's keeping us from putting out too much?
No, it's not. No, it's not the Knicks, because the Knicks are not trading for KD, and it's not the Jazz, because the Jazz are not trading for KD, right? But it's the potential third or fourth team that would be in that Knicks or Jazz trade,
right?
Yep.
Right. So why would a third or fourth team get involved in this trade where they could become big time winners in a KD trade?
Right.
That's what Danny Ainge played himself. That's the reason why the whole offseason is tied up. See, because Danny Ainge could have done this trade first with the Knicks and asked for everything that he asked for, and the Knicks would have gave it to him, right? But since you did the Gobert trade first, now a market is set. Now any trade, any star trade going forward feels like they are. First of all, Kevin Durant feels like he's 3 times better than Rudy Gobert, right? So off the rip, if Rudy Gobert went for 4 first-round picks, KD wants to at least go for 2-3 times more than that, right? Donovan Mitchell wants to go for twice as much as that, right? And so while that number sounds ridiculous, and it is, it's the market that was set by Danny Ainge.
Well,
And the Knicks probably could have. The Knicks probably would have acquiesced to him, gave him the 3 unprotected, gave him the 3 protected, and was like, "We're gonna match salaries, but you're not getting young players." And Danny Ainge would be like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's what we wanted anyway. 3 unprotected and 3 protected. No long-term connection to a dude that we don't want, right? And here, take these salaries that we don't want." And the Knicks would have been like, "We don't want them salaries." The Jazz would have been like, "Here, take one of them." The Knicks would have took one bad salary, and both sides would have been on their way. And then they would have got, Utah would have got 6 from us. They got 4 from Minnesota, traded their 2 best players, cleared salary, got 10 first-round picks, and got a couple of young players.
Yep.
But now, since the market is set, since the Knicks are limited because say for instance, the Lakers want to get involved, right? Somehow swap a Westbrook salary for say a young player, a Randall or whatever. Well, you can't now. The Lakers can't get involved because they wanted to get Kyrie, but they can't get Kyrie until the KD. And I'm talking on Brooklyn's part. Now that Brooklyn can't get involved because if they trade Kyrie and then it's just too much stuff.
Yep. There's a lot of teams on pause right now. A lot of teams ain't making no moves because of KD sitting right there, done stallmated. It's like a car auction, and the auction ain't done with the one car before you can get to the next one.
Right.
And it's frustrating for the entire NBA. It's been pretty. I mean, the Hawks pulled that DeJounte Murray trade. They didn't hesitate. They just did the deal. Minnesota.
What did they give up? The Hawks gave up what, three first-round picks?
I think so. Let's see. I can't speak on
3 first-round picks. Is DeJounte Murray better than Rudy Gobert?
I don't think going forward, yeah, but as we speak, no. I don't think so.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 first-round picks, yep, for DeJounte. And that's a steal.
And that's a
compared
steal.
To that's a steal. Could you imagine DeJounte Murray? Top 16 protected, 2 were unprotected.
Wow.
That's nothing.
And Gallinari.
Right? 2 unprotected.
And Gallinari. Yeah.
For a playoff team, that's nothing.
Nothing. And DeJounte Murray is going to ball out. And I know we're not going to spend all night talking about the Hawks, but he's going to ball out in Atlanta.
I used to like Gallinari. I ain't gonna lie.
So where were the Knicks at on that? Did they even have a shot at him? At
Murray?
Yeah.
I don't think so because they were going after Brunson.
So they got, wouldn't that have been something to get Murray instead of Brunson? How that would have shaped up.
Wouldn't have been something DeJounte Murray and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a much better backcourt. Nothing against JB, but DeJounte Murray's just got so much. He's just a great defender.
Yeah, and so what I would say to those thinking about the Donovan Mitchell trade with Danny Ainge, I think the trade gets done, but I think what happens is you have 2 trade partners that love the tango, right? New York fans, we love the tango. We say get it done, but we don't really want it done that way. Nope. See, because New York is a meat and potato city, right? Except not really. New York is not meat and potatoes. Hey, you know who's meat and potatoes? Baltimore. You ever been to Baltimore? Baltimore's a meat and potato city. You ever been to like Richmond, Tennessee? Yeah, I mean Richmond, Virginia. I'm sorry, that's meat and potatoes, man. Yeah, you ever been to see Atlanta, Georgia is not meat and potatoes. New York is not meat and potatoes, man. New York is champagne, caviar, and bubble baths. That's what New York is. And
it's not the 80s.
Yeah, and we disguise we disguise stuff is hood, but New York ain't. New York is Yankees. You know what I'm saying? That's what New York is. New York is pinstripes and best of the best. You know what I'm saying? They want to. New York is Broadway. New York is
Wall Street.
Wall Street. New York is what's the street that all those plays and concerts are on?
Broadway.
Broadway. Yeah. That's New York. Right? Yeah.
You might be on your Paradox name thing coming soon. You might be right there, Broadway.
The Broadway Paradox. That's the name of it. Sally, you just helped me almost solve the Broadway Paradox. Almost.
There you go, the Broadway Paradox. How
Or
you like that?
Madison Square Docs.
I like Broadway. Broadway
Yeah,
Paradox.
I like that one.
The Broadway Paradox. That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
Right. New York is Broadway, central casting. Our people out front have to be square jaw, good looking, right? They have to be stylish. I mean, that's what New York is, and I know Chris Evans is from Boston, but New York is Chris Evans. New York is Captain America looking. You know what I'm saying? New York is when you walk, it's like you're in a perpetual pose. When you walk, when somebody takes a picture of you, they always catch a good side.
That's
like
so funny, man.
Successful drip. Nice little
because when you think of Baltimore, you think of Omar from The Wire. You know, it's like they even got the pitchers coming out to the whistle. You know, it's like, I don't know if you saw that or not, but it was pretty badass at Camden Yards. They had the I can't remember the reliever, but the closer came out to the Omar whistle. You know, they dimmed the lights in the stadium and they had the whistle going on. It was pretty cool.
That's hilarious, bro. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Everybody knows that Omar whistle.
It's Manhattan, man. Manhattan's the glitz city, man. You know.
And Mo says New York ain't just Manhattan. Hey, Mo, I know that. I know New York.
The world it is.
Yeah.
I know. On the inside of New York is
Bronx, Queens.
It's East New York, right? It's Bronx River, right? I know that. I know inside the city is Flatbush. You know what I'm saying? Jamaica. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Central Islip. I live in the tri-state area. I lived in the tri-state area forever. I know New York, right? But what I'm saying is New York's mentality is not Crown Heights. New York projects to the world that they are the very best. Yeah. Right? Far Rockaway, East New York. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know New York on the inside.
All the celebrities in the front row.
And
high profile. I mean, we with the
galas, the art.
LA got the Lake Show. You know, we had the same thing with the actors and famous people.
Right. What I'm saying is the point that I was getting at is New York really wants to draw this thing out because New York loves being the center of attention. That was my point. The center of attention. That's why I said all those things, because New York likes to be the center of everything relevant.
Yeah.
Right. So this thing, while it fake pains us, like, oh my God, when is this thing really gonna get done? But we like being headline news.
Yeah, I want to do a headline talking about the trade being done though. That'll be a headline for a while.
Right, but that's because of where you are. Like for those of us that live outside of the city, we like hurry up. But the people inside the city, they love waking up every morning to the Knicks being on the front page in the offseason. You know what I'm saying?
They love the drama, man.
Yeah. With me, I'm like, hurry up and do something. You know what I'm saying? And Utah, they don't like.
Oh, Utah's.
They're
milking this.
They don't like it, but they like the clicks.
Yep.
They like the attention.
No offense to the Monty Show on YouTube. Shout out to them. They ain't never had this many viewers.
Oh yeah. You could
in the
coattail
morning.
the Knicks. You could coattail the Knicks all day, man.
Right. Because once this is over, they are gonna go back being the
Yep.
obscure whatever.
Yep.
Right.
The clip Jordan shot over Russell.
They're going to be the team that people forget. Like, who's their starting five again? Unless you're a real NBA.
Utah's gonna be the same team, the same franchise complaining about Jordan push Brian Russell.
Yep.
That's gonna be
yeah.
Utah. That's gonna be Utah. Right.
That's all they got.
Right. And
that's all they have out there, right? There's no other sports teams, right? Utah. That's it. They got hockey.
And the Utes, the college football.
College football teams. College, yeah.
They're big into them, but
yeah, but and BYU, of course.
Oh yeah, BYU.
But what I'm getting at is even though we want to say hurry up and get this thing done, New Yorkers like being the center of attention because the next thing that makes them the center of attention is Donovan Mitchell's press conference. So we want to hurry up and move on to that because that's going to be Broadway, right? And then all the stories coming out of camp. What's the next move? Who's the next guy? But for Utah, once Donovan Mitchell is gone, nothing.
Yeah, and as far as the Broadway tip, we already been the first act, the intermission, the second act. We ready for that grand finale, that conclusion. What I'm saying? We ready for and is it going to be a drama?
We like to buzz,
a tragedy, or is it going to be victory?
Right. Nah. I get it. I get what you're saying there. Right.
That's what it ends up being with us. It's either yes or oh no, not again.
But we live for that moment, bro.
Yeah.
We live for that moment, and then, Sally too. What's going to happen is this, from a Knicks perspective. What is also going to happen is you're going to have the funeral criers, right? Oh my God, Miles McBride was my favorite player. I can't believe they traded Miles McBride. This is how it works.
Would you trade Hartenstein?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
ED will be he'd be 1,400. He'd be pressed on that. Put Hartenstein in the trade.
Yeah. And so the funny thing is EG 14,000 is a professed Denver Nuggets fan.
Yeah,
he's a Nuggets fan, right? He's also a Hartenstein fan.
Oh, he has to be. Yeah.
Oh, he is. He is, bro.
That's like the second show that I've seen of him loving Hartenstein, which is everyone's got that player. They got some type of, I think Cam Reddish is better than what a lot of people do, but
that's my little. I was telling them because we were backstage after the show, me, him, and Wiz, we were talking for a little bit, and I was telling them I kind of have, I kind of said it in the last trade too, like my Cam sandwich. I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for him for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I want to just see what he can do because I think, but I could tell the vibe of the chat, whatever. I kind of put out a little feeler on it. I get roasted a little bit, but it's whatever. I don't care. But I got a thick skin with that. But I don't want to pound my chest and stand on the table about him until he fixes that injury bug thing. So it's hard to. I'm being realistic about that part,
Right.
But I think if he can stay healthy, he's a very intriguing piece of the puzzle.
He's the prototype build for the modern NBA, and you don't see it come, across your team every. A 6'8" wing that's got a 7-foot wingspan. You don't get that every day, and when you do have it, you want them to excel because it's rare.
And he's got a sweet he's got a nice streaky, he's streaky, but when that stroke is on, it's not like he's got a nice shot. Granted, his percentages haven't been great, but I've seen him in moments he looks like a dude out there, he just checks a lot of boxes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right. He does look the part. Central casting.
Yep.
That's what we were speaking to just a few moments ago. He looks like the guy that should be the guy. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 6'8", smooth athlete, smooth looking jumper, handsome guy, well spoken, blue blood. Went to a big time school. You know what I'm saying?
Number
Just
one recruit in the nation.
Yeah, all those things that go along with it. That's
got
what
a
Cam
cool
Reddish
name.
has. Yeah, Cam
Reddish. Like he's got the name. He's got
the Hollywood name.
Yeah, he's not Tim Johnson, like started.
He's not Joe Smith.
Right.
And
Can't
he
market
does
that.
have. He's got that dog swagger to him. You know what I'm saying too, like that.
Right.
A lot of these other, I've seen some of these other new players. Some of them don't have that dog in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of these boys coming out of the SEC do, and that's what's coming out is these Southern schools are producing some. You're starting to see these Southern schools take some of that football and put it on the basketball court.
Yeah,
man. Just like Herb Jones. It's
that's the
flipping.
thing, man. That down here in the South, bro, there's harsh coaching at a young age, bro. They especially that Miami area, Southwest Florida area. Let me say Southeast, the Miami side there.
It's like back in the day, it was Michigan, the bad boys up there. Now you're looking like Herb Jones coming. I think he go to Alabama. Some of these players that the North has gotten a little soft, man. Like it says what it is.
I don't know if it's soft, just a little more diva-ish, maybe. I don't know if that's it. Like they have the Northeast and New York City and the Chicagos and the Detroit. They were the ultra metro areas used to be the meccas of the basketball talent. And a lot of these kids grew up with that mentality, like everyone's coming to us. We're where it's at. Like Florida's like that with football. Like we're where it's at. So in football, there's a lot of diva-ish things starting to happen in Florida in football. Like I see it in my own personal coaching. With the younger generation. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still the most NFL players are from Florida still.
Right.
But there's a different vibe that's been happening, and I think the same thing's happened in the Northeast.
Okay.
And that's why I think these other areas, the Southeast area, like they're starting to get chips on their shoulders. Like, they're getting overlooked. There's a lot. That's why they got that dog mentality.
Right. And so the thing with the Knicks and the Jazz being in the spotlight is this too. Does Danny Ainge want to stick it to New Yorkers, the Knicks? Or is it just he wants to stick it to everyone? Is Danny Ainge that guy? Is he vindictive or is he just greedy? Like anybody in here read Marvel comics or follow Marvel comics?
Oh yeah,
have you ever heard of the villain Kingpin?
Oh yeah.
And so when you read Daredevil comics or Luke Cage or Spider-Man comics or whatever, the street level heroes, right? You think Kingpin, has it out for Daredevil, right? But Kingpin really, he just wants to stick it to everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
So do you think Danny Ainge got a little bit of like history with the Knicks being the Celtic? Some of them the franchise itself, just the logo itself. You think it could go back to his playing days?
I don't know.
I mean, Boston and New York back in the day was a serious. That was a serious.
I think for the most part, Danny Ainge. I mean, he a lot of his personality, because he's always been known for being a scrappy dog, like And I think he still has that mentality. We're all men, we're all older now, and we all got that same little something in us that we take into other parts of our life,
Right.
And I assume he's still a competitor. And my thing is, I think he needs to be careful with is he doesn't want to set a precedent to where people ain't gonna want to deal with him in the future.
Right.
So he's playing with he's flirting with danger here with this.
But I think Danny's in that good old boy club too, man. He's been around the NBA a long time. So.
Right.
Yeah. Well, kind of like the Kevin McHale situation when he was in the front office.
Right.
It's
Huge
these ex-players that become I mean, what's funny is, and what's weird is, ex-players as GMs. Do you think they've had a better track record than ex-players as coaches?
I don't know. I need for you to clarify that because some ex-players that are executives have also coached.
Right. Yeah, McHale's done both.
Because Isaiah Thomas did both for us too.
Yeah, well, he wasn't good at either one, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you see, that's why I want you to clarify your question.
Well, I mean a higher level players that became coaches or executives, like, have they been more successful in their GM lives, or some of them, or do you feel like?
So what is success? What do you define as success?
Well, besides the obvious of winning and championship, I mean, I don't want to say success, but I guess they perform their job at a high level.
Okay, because the thing is with success is, do you walk into a ready-made situation and maintain it? Is that success? Right?
Right.
Brad Stevens walked into the Celtics thing. The Celtics were already good when Brad Stevens went upstairs. They
Right.
may have been down a little bit, but Danny Ainge took them from rudderless to winning a championship, to accumulating draft picks, to getting them talent. Now, could he get back to that? Could he recapture it? No. But he did get a championship. He did get them to the finals twice, right? Right? And so it's, or was it 3 times? Maybe 3 times. But either way, that's still, do you consider that success? Right? I would say yes. You know what I mean? But at the same time, well, so what's the reason why you asked the question? Let me.
Well, because I feel that from what I've noticed, except the Phil Jacksons and the Isaiah Thomases of the world, figures two that the Knicks tried out. Besides them, I've seen a lot of ex-players as GMs work out pretty well.
Over say long-time basketball people, scouts,
Yeah.
and basketball men, right?
Yeah. Well, as compared to
compared to agents,
right. Well, and as players, I mean, and also comparatively to, there's been a lot more failures of players as coaches.
Okay.
Like high-level players that became coaches.
Well, Michael Jordan, wasn't he the GM for a while? Or didn't he have something to do with?
He was. I think he was team president with the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, I know he has some. I thought he had something to do with the Hornets too. I know he's part owner, right?
No, he purchased. He's a majority owner of the Hornets. But when he was in DC, he was a team president, and then he retired from that job and came back to play.
So when they were the Bobcats, he was the GM operations.
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
He brought them from Bob Johnson,
right?
And just was the majority owner.
I mean,
I guess the first thing that comes to mind for me is like Jerry West. Like he even self-proclaimed like, I'm not a coach, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden he became a GM. And he's a hell of a GM.
That's not a hard team to be a GM of.
Well, I mean, even
It's the Showtime Lakers, man. Everybody grows up wanting to be a Laker.
At the time, they were, they were in the crossroads, and he helped that. He helped build that a little bit,
Yeah, and Jerry Buss had.
And then I think he had some good things brewing there for the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? And he's still a very smart, respected, mover with that.
Right.
I think you're right, Freezy, about the whole Knicks loving the attention thing. I think you nailed it on that, man. Yeah, I really do.
I think that's what it seems.
You think it's the Knicks, or is it Dolan?
No, I don't think it's Dolan. Dolan don't care for attention.
They troll in the NBA. They just want to be the name of. They just want to be the name in the press. Which is fine. Trolling them, man. I mean, just like they put that offer out and wasn't accepted, right? Like it came out, they rejected the offer. Utah rejected the offer, and that's going to have people talking about the New York Knicks for 2 weeks.
Right. I didn't. Maybe because I wasn't looking for that report, but where was the official decline of that?
That's just what I've seen around the internet.
Where was that reported?
Yeah, let's see.
Because I'll be honest with you, because when I saw it on some tweet or something somewhere, it was just some dude saying it. So
say that again. Say that again, no, Coach. I'm trying to follow.
What source and where was the official decline of that offer from Utah?
It's right here on Sports Illustrated.
I haven't seen. Okay.
Yesterday.
Part of it is because I wasn't really looking for it, to be honest with you. At all.
Yeah. Okay.
I just saw some guy tweet it, and I mean, what did you find out? I mean, was there an official? They've declined that offer?
Sports Illustrated said they declined it. Jazz reject low ball. Jazz rejects low ball Knicks trade offer. The low ball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did they happen to go into detail, sneak peek of what might have been the kicker that, were they expecting an extra pick, an extra player?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I honestly do think it's a lot to give up that, but I'd give it up for him. I mean, that's what I would do. I mean,
yeah,
because
we're Obi, but what else are we losing? I mean, that pick package is still pretty friendly to us. We still got a lot of picks after that, and we still have some other ham sandwiches.
Oh yeah, hey, you love
Grimes.
You love those ham sandwiches, all right? You love ham sandwiches for everybody.
The only ham sandwich taken away is that Obi ham sandwich.
All right, so let's get down to what we like to call the nitty gritty, right? And instead of pelling around with it, let's get down to business. Mm-hmm. If the Knicks get Donovan Mitchell, can they compete with the Celtics?
I think so, to be honest with you. Because if you look position by position, matchup for matchup, I think our two-headed center situation favors well against Williams.
Okay.
And I think the guard play, it's going to be weird. It depends on the matches up with Brown and Smart and all that stuff. And I don't know. I think we're going to be a lot more competitive than obviously the national media gives us credit for, and some of our hater Knick fans.
If you had Spider, I think that you're likely looking at a 7-game series, but I still have to. I mean, obviously, I'm going to go with the Celtics, but that's only because of the size of Tatum and Brown. I mean, you can't really. You're going to get Spider and Brunson are going to be in foul trouble guarding them for 7 games in a series. Like that's just, it's just not even. So even if you get Spider, the lack
There-
of size in the backcourt is just going to be too much. It's the wrong. You don't want to. You'd rather face Miami.
It's not. It's not because it's not like the Celtics have a dangerous offensive weapon in their backcourt. Who's their dangerous offensive weapon that a size mismatch would give the Celtics an advantage?
Okay, so you're going to have Smart, Brogdon, Brown, because Brown's probably moving to the 3.
Right.
So it's going to be Brogdon, Smart.
No matter what happens, RJ's guarding Brown.
Okay, so Brogdon, Smart, Brown, Tatum.
See that lineup, I like.
Williams.
I like the matchups there because I think Randall can handle. I mean,
I
think Randall can hang with Tatum. To be honest with you, I know that sounds crazy to say with some people.
7-game series.
I mean, unfortunately, Randall's playoff
So I don't
resume is kind of poo.
I think it's going 5 and the Celtics win. The Celtics win.
I was being nice about it, but I could see that too. I could see it being a blowout.
I see them winning because of their defense.
I can see the Celtics winning in a gentleman's sweep, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing with it. I think in that gentleman's sweep, you recognize that the Knicks have flaws, and so once they see those flaws manifest themselves, it'll force the Knicks to make another move. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you an example. Knicks fans are like, man, I would never take Kevin Durant, right? And then you get the brakes beat off you by the Celtics, and Knicks fans will be like, at 35,
if we had Durant,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because we do a lot of talking about stuff, but we do it out of context. We don't pitch forward. You know what I'm saying? We live in this moment of our greatness. Like Knicks fans, we live in our moment of greatness, but our moment is not great.
Yeah, it's not even great with Spider, to be honest with you. Randall's a hard piece to fit, man. And I'm not trying to get onto the Randall hate, but he's a hard piece to fit. It's hard having the number 4 be your biggest guy. Like, it's just very difficult for most teams, unless you have a Dirk, unless you have a Tim Duncan, unless you have someone like that. It's very hard for the number 4, even though you don't play positionless basketball in 7-game series. You don't. You play it in the regular season, but when it comes to 7-game series,
playoffs is matchup dependent.
But here's the thing about Randall, though. His weaknesses and I feel real basketball heads' problems with him are not his ability, his skill set, and what he's capable of doing. It's what's inside between his ears, like his decision making, to like how he reacts to adversity. And like holding the ball too much, all that stuff. But I think skill-wise, he can do all the things physically we would love him to do. It's just him doing it.
Traditionally, the number 4 is the enforcer, not the scorer. So it's very hard having a dynamic team based around the 4. It doesn't.
But that Boston Celtics lineup you just named to me, is Tatum an enforcer?
They would move Tatum down to the 4 if
no, because they have Al Horford. You have to look at all this stuff in context.
Yeah, Al Horford is very good.
Yeah,
but who would be our quote unquote, like who's the tough guys and enforcers on our team then?
It's Randall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's wrong with him being that? Like
because your enforcer can't drop. Your enforcer is not supposed to drop 30 a night.
But we're not going to need him to drop 30 if we have Brunson and Spider and RJ takes that next step.
Okay.
Okay. So I understand that, but historically, Randall had to be. Think about this. Randall had to be coach. Let me finish. So traditionally, Randall has had to be Carmelo Anthony and Charles Oakley at the same time.
Yeah,
and that never works.
Yep.
Then basically, what I'm getting at is for those that will remember this, Randall has had to be Jaromir Jagr and Alf Samuelson at the same time. and anybody know who those dudes are? Anybody? You ever heard of those names?
Oh yeah.
Anybody remember? Basically, it's Randall has had to be Zach Parisi and Scott Stevens at the same time.
Now you're going deep.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and people are wondering, like, what are you talking about? Okay. So Randall has had to be Jerry Rice and Ronnie Lott at the same time.
Right. Both ends.
Right. Randall had to be, say for instance, Randall had to be Dwight Freeney and Peyton Manning at the same time.
Yep.
I wish I could do a reference for Baltimore, but since Baltimore quarterbacks have traditionally sucked, I can't draw a conclusion. I wish I could say
Flacco won the Super Bowl.
I wish I could.
No,
I wish I could say Ed Reed and somebody, but
Nah, we just defense, brother.
I know.
That's all that team was.
I'm a Bears fan, so trust me. As soon as I was thinking, I was like, God, dog, can't do it.
Ray Lewis, right?
Talk about quarterbacks. You ain't had a quarterback in a minute.
Right, they got Justin Fields though.
The
That
Bears,
boy getting killed out there.
got some,
He getting killed. Yeah,
He gave that offense. That poor kid, man. If he would have went to Miami, like he just got drafted by the wrong team, wrong time.
Yeah, but y'all see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. No, I agree. But the point I was saying was pretty much what you got to was Randall never got the chance to do what he was really built to do.
Right. Which is play halfway decent defense, rebound at a high level, knock down open shots, and take advantage of the occasional mismatch on the floor.
Is there any way they would put RJ Barrett at the 4?
I would love to see that, bro.
Yeah, because it just makes more sense. Like let Julius play the 3 on offense, and let RJ play the down low. Let him be in the dunker spot sometimes. Let him be down there. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing about the 4 is okay. So wing players traditionally stay hurt. That's one of the things the Celtics have to be careful of this year, because they have been mighty healthy with Tatum and Brown, mighty healthy, uncanny.
Yeah, now they got Grant. Now they got Grant Williams, who's a nice corner 3. He has a nice role, and then you got to forget about Grant Williams. Grant Williams get on Randall. That's not no small boy.
No.
Like he could bang.
I don't want to wish nothing on anybody, but they are due. Like I don't want to wish
every
on nobody.
team goes through it, bro. Every team goes through it.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not throwing a banana peel on the floor for the Celtics.
Right.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised. The reason why the Milwaukee Bucks maybe are not the champs right now is because their wing player got hurt.
Oh yeah.
And the same thing, they're saying the reason why Toronto fell off and could get Scotty Barnes, because both of their wing players were hurt, Spicy P and OG Anunoby. Right? And so you have to be aware of these things, like what you do with RJ Barrett, even though he's a tough guy, he's not a machine.
Yep.
Right. And so the sad part to it is you only have RJ that's dependable. Cam Reddish ain't dependable. People say Cam name and it tastes so. Cam Reddish's name tastes so good in your mouth, man. It's like Cam Reddish can be something special, but right now at this moment he ain't nothing.
Nope.
If his potential is realized, he could be something great. But right now, Cam Reddish ain't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even heard Cam Reddish ain't right now. He could be something though. Right?
Yeah.
But the thing is this. Yes, I would like to see RJ in different situations, but you got to get other 3s and 4s, 2s, 3s, and 4s to rotate with RJ. Right?
Yep.
I mean, think about it, because in the grand scheme of things, the other team's best wing scorer is going to be guarded by Marcus Smart first. If they're somewhere between 6'4" and 6'7", Marcus Smart is going to guard them. Right?
Yeah, so he's on Spider.
Yeah, and then if he's cooking some weird twist of fate, if he's cooking Marcus Smart, then they're going to put Jaylen Brown on them.
Yep.
Right? You're like, Jaylen Brown? Yeah. And then Jason Tatum's not a bad. And if you run a creative offense where you can get your elite wing scorer open, they can switch everybody on the floor, can go get. You're talking about Robert Williams, Jason Tatum,
Derek
Al
White.
Horford. Yeah.
Now they got Gallinari and
Yeah.
Al Horford and Grant Williams. They're stacked.
Yeah.
And they're not stacked with what ifs. They're stacked with proven 10-minute a night guys
Right.
that are good. You know, like they're stacked, man. And that's the. And they even got They got that guy Luke Cornett, and like you don't even think about him, but he's a 7-footer that can come off the bench. So
we know who Luke
7'2". Okay, yeah, 7'2".
Yeah, we know who Luke Cornett.
I mean,
Luke Cornett is a Knicks unsigned free agent.
Yeah, like I'm just. They got size. They got veteran.
And Luke
just
Cornett can shoot. And Luke Cornett can flat out shoot the basketball, bro.
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard, Peyton Pritchard. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough team, man. It's a really well-built team.
If Tatum becomes that consistent, explosive scorer, like night in, night out, I mean, in the playoffs, they're going to be tough to beat for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, they're the East Coast dynasty, it looks like. I mean, it's shaping up that way, at least.
Yeah. So, Fenga, what's good?
Hey, what's happening, What's happening, fellas?
What's up,
Yo, salute.
Man, hanging out with these guys, talking basketball, painting the living room.
I was being nice, Nick.
I see.
Yeah, man. How you been, man?
Oh, man, I'm good. Just been working. And down here, I was in the garage pushing some weight around with my son. So I was listening to you cats talking, keep me going down there, trying to get it together.
Yeah,
listen to all this good talk. I mean, hey, shout out to my man CT, but the streets are buzzing. Everybody's waiting around, anxious like a little kid on Christmas for this trade to happen.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, bro.
Well, I've said it before many times on your show, Freeze, and I'm gonna keep saying it. When have you ever seen this organization be in a position like this to make a move for the positive? I mean, you got assets, you got money, we got pieces we can put into a trade and a chance to get a superstar or a star, whatever. Some say he's not a star, some say he's a superstar, some say he's a superstar, not a star, whatever. But to have a player of the caliber of Donovan Mitchell to be in this position, to be able to give up stuff and not kill yourself by making the trade.
Right.
When have we ever been in a position? And also, when have we been in a position to be able to play hardball or be stuck up? You know what I mean by stuck up? You got the option to walk away.
I don't think ever in this situation when you have all these assets, I don't think we've ever been in that position.
Never.
But here's the thing. Don't get cute.
Yeah.
Right. Don't overplay your hand. Right.
Well, hey, you remember the old commercial? Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
Yeah.
It's this situation right now.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie to you. If this was the Celtics, this deal would have been done already. Celtics don't play. That's why they win. If this was the Lakers, this deal would have already been done.
True.
Right.
True.
Right. As a matter of fact, the only thing the only trade this reminds me of is the Anthony Davis Pelicans trade. Right. It's on and on and on and on.
Yeah. You know how you saw how that was going.
Yeah.
People got fired because of the moves they didn't make to come back and make the move.
Dell Demps. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He got fired because he didn't do the move. Right. And then the league rewarded the Pelicans with Zion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we'll never get that kind of reward because
Utah would in this case.
Yeah. Of course, they want a smaller market team like Utah. They like to build them up. Blah blah blah. New York the Knicks going to make that money because it's New York, the heaviest jersey in the NBA to wear.
Right.
Ooh, lead fibers.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, this is actually the ultimate staring game, the ultimate game of chicken. We're gonna see who's gonna blink or who's gonna get out the way first.
But why? What does either team get out of a pissing contest?
Egos, man.
Yeah, but egos don't make baskets. Egos can't dunk.
Hey, Freeze. I know. But
I
we're talking about two cats that got egos. Danny Ainge, like Coach was saying, he the way he played his game back in the day. Those that remember how Danny Ainge played, he wasn't a big game, but he was a role player that played with a lot of fire. He was in somebody's face. I mean, he took a lot of L because he sure ate a few thunder cookies in his time,
Right.
but it's just the way he played. And then in the front office, he was the same way in Boston. A lot of the moves he made, fleecing and wearing people out. So, and then you have Leon Rose, who was the super agent, and he was. I mean, look what Leon did to the Knicks. How he fleeced the organization he's working for now.
Yeah.
So you get these two cats that have done their own fleecing in their time, and now they're going against one another. So
they both want to be the one that says, "I win, I win."
Yeah, it's who's got the biggest one.
Right. And you say so. Okay. All right. I'll just say that.
Yeah, who's got the biggest one? Who's gonna say if I pull it out, the whole room be better? That's what they're doing right now.
Right. Man, I don't know who wins that though.
Yeah.
Dude, to me, what are we waiting for? That's all it comes down to at this point for me. I mean, anyone that thinks that, I mean, the fact that I saw some people saying like, "Oh my God, that's too much" on that offer today. Are you kidding me? If you told me a month ago that was the deal, I would have been doing cartwheels on Cam for y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me today that we made this deal. I'm happy as hell. That's a lot less than I thought it was going to be.
Right. No, yeah, it's a lot.
I know, but is it though?
Yes.
What is it? Was it 5? Was it 5 picks?
What are New York Knicks picks worth when we pick them? Those picks are worth a lot more when other people pick them. But
they got better. Their scouting department is the whole thing too.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been okay so far, but we just hadn't gotten that guy.
Right.
We got pieces.
Right.
But we still have some left. It ain't like we're gutted.
Oh no. I hear you, Coach. Because it's not like you gonna clear out your cupboards and then you go back and all you got is pork and beans and sardines to eat. We'll still have something else.
Even if we gave up one more youngin with those picks, we still have another couple youngins and picks to get another guy.
Well, what was our offer from that one report? Was it 5 picks and 2 players?
Yeah. And some money, some salary.
Salary filler, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Fournier, and
Obi, and 2 unprotected and 3 protected, right?
Yeah. So it's 2 unprotected, 3 protected.
Okay. I mean, it's not bad. You really protecting yourself. I mean, me myself, I would just like to hold on to the 2023 pick. That's just me. Just like to hold on to it because all this talk and all this possibility of, and I know possibility and all this other stuff can get you fired. Never won a championship with all like that. But this upcoming draft is supposed to be better than the RJ draft, just as good as the Melo LeBron draft. So that's the only reason it's supposed to be really deep. It's supposed to be
that's why Utah won't. I mean, that pick's on, bro. I mean, I hate to admit it, but That's definitely going to be one of the ones that's in the deal.
They're gonna want that one. That's the one I would like to hold on. But anything else out of that, I'm like, all right, man, look, you can have that one. You can have the rest of this. But this 2023, I would like to hold on to, just for you're looking at that, because remember all the talk and people still talk about young Scoot Henderson.
Yeah.
Not to say that we're good. You got players of that caliber with the possibility and all like that. Potential. Whatever. The all those magical P words. So,
but as huge as they think this draft's gonna be, it's still a maybe. There's a sure thing happening right now with that dude.
And Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell. We heard it. I mean, he's proven.
It's the whole thing, like the deal or no deal. You ever see that?
Yeah.
You're sitting on $100,000, but there's a couple suitcases that got $5 and $3, and one case has $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You keep the $100,000.
I'm keeping that $100,000, man. I'm keeping that $100,000, and I'm gonna invest it. I'm gonna make $1 million with that $100,000 on my own.
Well, it's just like the one game show. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Because those picks, one of those picks might be $1 million pick, but the other two are $5 and a $3 pick.
You're lucky to get $5 because you're gonna be make change.
So.
No, it's just, Donovan Mitchell's proven. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And you're seeing what he's doing there in the East. In the West, he comes here to the East. That's a whole nother ball game.
Is it really though?
I do believe that he'd be able to.
What's the guard play difference team for team in the playoffs? I think there's some more dogs at the guard position in the West right now.
Right.
In the West, it's more, but when it comes down to the playoffs, that's when the rubber really meets the road. But Donovan is. He's already proven. You've seen what he's done in Utah, and he carried the team a lot. He was the scoring. He had to do a lot of the scoring.
Right.
He had other pieces to score, but I think it'd be a lot different here in New York. That it would have been in the East than it was in the West.
Because if you think of all the teams in the East that are led by their top player or two, you got Atlanta, Trae Young, but he ain't.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't just Trae Young though.
But see,
this is a different. I'm talking about the guard, like the guard play.
Team.
They don't just have Trae Young though.
No, trust me, I'm not limiting them to that, but he's still there.
He's number one.
He's their number one.
So you don't count DeJounte Murray.
Well, now they got him too, of course. That makes sense.
What I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm saying they're led by guards, but so I'm saying that just solidifies my point about Atlanta. So that's a team that's guard, but like Boston. Really, they're led by Brown and Tatum, So, and then if you think about some of the other, the Miami Heat, do you like Mitchell's matchup with their guards?
With the Heat?
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now they go. Let's keep going with some of these other playoff teams. Like that's just my point. Like. Mitchell is going to give these other teams a matchup problem, like in our favor, like when he's on offense. So, which in the West, he's got a lot more dogs in that position to deal with. So, to me, as far as the next playoff run, quote unquote, and our best player.
So you're not taking into account the young players. You don't like the young guards in the conference yet.
Not to be.
So you don't like Cade and Jaden Ivey. You don't like Tyrese Halliburton, Chris Duarte.
No, they're not ready for that mantle yet.
You don't like Kyrie Irving. You don't like James Harden, Tyrese.
You
don't like Fred VanVleet.
Still got some tough matches. You're gonna have some nasty, some tough matchups.
Kyrie is that's a weird dude right now.
But he's always been that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, Mitchell, all those guys you name, I just see him cooking a lot of them dudes, man. Really.
Okay.
I mean, that's just maybe it's my take on them. I don't know.
So just the Clippers alone, that's one team you ain't got to worry about this year,
right?
And that's big. And Lakers, you got to worry about them.
Right.
You got to worry about. I'm not going to say Dallas because Dallas really ain't on the defensive end. I see Trae Young becoming Steph Curry. I think Trae Young's going to get a lot more Steph Curry off-ball movement, and DeJounte Murray's going to start handling the rock in Atlanta.
Yeah, I see Trae Young being in that league MVP race.
Oh, I could see that this year.
Yeah, and the reason being is not because of him doing more stuff, but him being efficient at the things that he already does.
Yeah, his difficulty of shots going to go down. He's not going to have to take as many difficult shots as he normally does because of Murray.
Right.
It is close, man, because the West is getting old too. I mean, it's like the West is super young. A lot of the young talents on the East Coast right now.
Right.
Well, you know, the Grizzlies and the T-Wolves are kind of coming up with the youth movement. You know.
But like Detroit, Cade, you're right about that. 100%. The Pistons going to be interesting.
No, I mean, that's why the Knicks need. Another reason why we need Mitchell. There's these young dudes that are they're going to be coming up, and we only got guard play. We're going to be a real big mess. Because right now there's a bunch of guys that like some of the names you named, and then now you're talking Cade Cunningham. Always, it's. There's some other teams coming, so we need to get off the pot.
Starts somewhere. Everybody starts somewhere. That's why I brought up the young guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like the Knicks are a veteran team in a way. It feels like the Knicks are old. I don't know. It just feels like it just feels like they're old, but they're not.
We got 10 guys that are 25 and under.
Right. Yeah, I know. They feel it just feels like an old team. You don't put them in the same young up and coming squad like you do Memphis and Detroit, and you just don't. I mean, even Orlando's got a lot of young talent down there. I mean, I don't even. Orlando's got a lot of young talent.
Yeah, they have Cole Anthony, who we passed on. Jalen Suggs, a top 5 pick. Markelle Fultz, the number 1 pick. A lot of dudes coming back from injury, including Okeke and Jonathan Isaac.
And
Wagner, Mobamba, that 21 Wagner's younger brother.
And Franz Wagner.
Yeah, Franz Wagner. And I'm big on Wendell Carter this year. I think he's going to take a big step. I think he's going to take a big step. He was like number 11th center last year ranking. So, power forward center. And then you got Chicago too. I mean, look at Chicago. It isn't like Chicago's a walk in the park either. I mean,
and their young players aren't bad either.
No, they got that dude Io, Dasumi or whatever.
And then the guy that plays the 2 and 3 for them, and then they have Patrick Williams coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I don't know what they're going to do with Kobe White, but
they'll probably move on from him.
Yeah, probably.
I could see him being a Knick. That'd be a nice little addition.
Well, Kobe's name been coming up. Always been coming up for about the last season and a half. His name came up in trade talks, possibly getting traded. I mean,
right, because we have such a lack of. I'm sorry, something a bit.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
We have such a lack of talent. Yeah, disguised as potential. That every time a young player is considered being moved, they say the Knicks because people look at our roster and like, yeah, they need talent.
But see, this is the thing that we had to pull up that flag on it. They're always talking, first thing they talk, all the Knicks, and that's that media talk. That's the thing that kind of, being a Knicks fan, we get extra media talk.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's for the negative though. They just love just.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's always
today,
gonna be like that.
today I saw freaking Legler and some other no-name guy on ESPN, and they actually have the audacity to say, "Whoa, even with Spider, I barely see him as a playing team." I mean, come
Yeah.
on, man, you can't.
Yeah.
But you know, but coach, you
They
know
have a
that's
take
the
like that, like, and then they have no explanation to back it.
well.
Nothing.
See, hey, coach, this is why we
Didn't even
got.
mention Jalen Brunson in the whole talk they were talking
Yeah.
about. They
What,
forgot they had him.
well, see, this is the thing, coach. This is why we have content creators like Unc Freezy
Yeah,
and out there because
bless you for that, brother.
yeah, and this is the thing.
Appreciate
This
you.
is where you get the real info. This is where because look at it. Stephen A's on there talking about things he don't even know about because
Yeah,
it's
even
not.
Stephen A, man.
He's supposed to be he's and you know what? As you can tell, I'm not a native New Yorker. However, I know more about the Knicks that these talking heads put on because I'm a Knicks fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you cut me, I bleed blue and orange.
Blorange, them.
Straight
Yes.
up. And this is the
Yeah, like
they
Stephen
sit
A
on
was
it.
our guy one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's our little voice in the
It's
mix of all
entertainment.
these. But now
It's,
he's just turned into a dang meme and entertainer there, man.
yeah, no, it's entertainment. That's what they use us for. They try to do that because, look, I said it before. If you look at how Max Headroom made his move, he tried to use the Knicks like Stephen A uses the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So this is what they try to do. So if you go on all these shows, you look at them and you say anything about the Knicks, it's always something in the negative. And then you could tell they don't know what's going on with the Knicks by what they're saying. What's that one clown on Fox? Oh, they got a few, but I can't.
Which one you talking about? Nick, right?
Yeah, that clown.
Oh God.
Yeah, he gets on there and he talks all this craziness and stuff, and I mean, it's all clicks because it's entertainment. So again, if you need to find out what's going on, what about your Knicks? Don't deal with them shows like that. If you want to just entertainment and get a good laugh, because I look at them like a low budget Def Comedy Jam.
Right.
Because the way they come out talking some stuff, man.
Very low budget.
Yeah, for real, man. And the thing is the Knicks, no matter what they do or what we do, what our organization does, is always going to be wrong. Case in point, traded Porzingis. Oh, the Knicks are the dumbest organization. Oh, you gave up Porzingis. Oh, you did this, you did that. But you see, we still shining. Porzingis is on his third team. How many times has he been out? So
and we still reaping the rewards from that trade.
Exactly. Yeah. So now, but you don't hear anything about, oh, well, the Knicks actually made out on that trade. They actually did the right thing. No, you don't hear that. You only hear the flip side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
Yeah. They don't talk about they talk about all these picks we have, but they never talk about how we got them.
Right. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. I think the Knicks though are in a weird situation where I think we're almost hamstrung. Right? I think we're almost hamstrung. Like we want to do the move. We can't. We can't do the move. And that gets us over the top. The reason why we can't do the move is because we don't have the talent. And then we don't have the talent, so we can't do the move. You know what I'm saying? So you see how it feels like we're in a conundrum?
Yeah. We're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. And you can't even make the move. So for it's like, you know how you can't give somebody, you can't make it to the gas station because you out of gas, but you can't get no gas because your car won't move.
Because your car won't move, or
right.
You don't have, or you left your wallet at home.
Yeah, you know how you in that situation. Your car can't go because you don't have gas, and you can't get gas because your car won't go. You know what I'm saying? How we in that weird? I know that sounds weird, right? Because some of us are rich and they ain't never been We ain't never been in that. They ain't never been in that situation where you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But that's what the Knicks are. We stuck. Man, listen, we are stuck in a hard place, bro. This is a tough spot for us.
I mean, but it is a tough spot. But I mean, think about the spots we've been in before. I mean, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying before. Because we haven't been in positions like this. Because normally we've been on a very short end. We've been getting the very short end of the stick. We made moves that made things better for the organization. And, you can't really see everything right now if you're looking at what happened with the other teams or whatever, but you got to look at what we've been able to reap the benefits of.
Okay.
So, I mean, the thing is, if it does go down and we get Donovan, all that stuff worked out for us. Giving up KP and all the other stuff, all the craziness that, it works out for us. If we don't, then we'll see what happens. What other doors are going to open?
Right.
Or people have been in this position. I know I have in my young life. I got $8. I'm really hungry right now. I'd love me a couple of cheeseburgers and some fries, or I can just go and buy me a loaf of bread and peanut butter and jelly, and I have a few sandwiches for a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, Freeze appreciate this one. When you go into the BX or we go to Exchange, you was that young soldier and you barely had 2 pennies to rub together.
Yeah.
And you got that payday like it's a long way away.
Mm-hmm.
And you looking at, you got $10. You go to the BX and get you a loaf of bread, peanut butter and jelly, and some plastic forks. And a gallon of water, because a gallon of water was about 50 cents at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Get that joker, and there you go. You can stretch that to payday. Go in there and fill up that water jug, and then you got another $5 just for.
So thing I was buying Kool-Aid in the paper pack.
Oh yeah,
and Kool-Aid in the paper pack.
And then, bro, I get some of them free sugars from some of the fast food.
Yeah, man.
The struggle's real.
Yeah, man. Hey, so hey guys, I got like 2 minutes because I got to go in here and paint the living room, right? But I want to say this to y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me first, right? But here's the thing I wanted to ask y'all, just real quick, if we can sum it up in 2 minutes. Do you believe the Knicks can turn this thing around? And when I say turn around, I don't mean get out of the lottery, and I don't mean be first round fighter. I mean, do you think the Knicks can win a championship
this year?
Let's say in 2 or 3 years.
With
2 to 3 years,
with the starting lineup, with Donovan coming in, and with everyone that's left, if they develop like I think they can, I think the talent's there to build into that. But I think it's not going to happen that way. I think it's going to be Donovan is going to be the catalyst, like the combination of him and Brunson, and maybe Barrett doing a little better, and Mitch and Hartenstein kind of being a nice little two-headed center thing. And we're going to have to move on from the Randall project and get another piece to match up. Then I think this just to make long story short, I think it takes us to that next step to make the next move.
Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think you're winning a championship because there's going to be too much talent in the West.
Okay.
There's just too much.
I think you too much talent in the East. I think Milwaukee bounces back.
You could get into the ECF. I could see ECF in the next 2 years, but not
winning it.
That's topping out, though. You're saying topping out,
topping out.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
You could be the Mavericks. You could be the Dallas Mavericks if you had the right teams that you played in the playoffs, and you can make that run.
Right.
But you're going to be against the Bucks or the Celtics if everything stays the same,
and get steamrolled.
And that's just there's just too much.
Yeah,
because the Hawks are coming. Because of Giannis. I mean, Giannis is going to get somebody.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like that to me, because of how. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I'm gonna wrap right here so I can get out of here and finish painting this
All right,
stuff.
brother.
And man, this conversation is, bro. This conversation is fascinating, bro.
Don't forget the name, the Broadway Paradox.
I got it. I already put a thumbnail out there and everything for tomorrow morning.
Oh, you did? Okay,
That's
cool,
why I was looking away. If you go look at the channel, I already have the discussion set up for tomorrow. That's why when y'all saw me doing this, I was actually working on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Make sure you didn't forget.
No, I got it, man. That was perfect, man. Thank you for that. The Broadway Paradox.
Yep.
Man,
Cool.
I think that's gonna get at least 7,000 views, 8,000 views, at least.
It's got the right name.
Yeah, man. At least the Broadway Paradox, man. I think I'm gonna close the panel off for that and just rock for like an hour 15 minutes by myself to get all of it out of my system.
All right.
And then have everybody come in and contribute. Because what happens is a lot of times when you try to, how you try to rock, try to get in, it's like, a little, when you have, it's like a party. It's hard talking to a girl and you got 12 of your rowdiest friends around. You know what I'm saying?
And then one of them says something funny or talks about something in the past, and you're like,
or one of them fought, and you're like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
And then you get that, oh man, remember that one time when we was over in this place, and then
yeah. Y'all know what it is having friends, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You have a friend. One of them get tipsy drunk and then fall into the fish tank, and the girl you're trying to holler, you can't holler at her no more because you got to take your drunk, wet friend home, and your car he's soaking wet, smelling like aquarium rocks. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, let me get out of here so I can finish this thing up, man. Thank y'all for coming through and rocking with me, man. It's always an enjoyable time rocking with y'all. Yeah, we definitely rocking tomorrow, man. This night crew thing, I love it, bro. I love this night shift thing, man. This night shift is fire, bro. But I'm gonna get out of here and try to do this, and try to get this done before the guy comes tomorrow, and then y'all know I'll be back on the schedule again. But thank you everybody for coming through. Y'all